What's up, guys? Synthetic Division here. So I wanted to try something with the Bitaxe Gamma Duo 650. I wanted to try to use a regular heatsink, but I modded it to took all the anodized coating and made it bare aluminum to see if it changes the thermals on the ASICs at all. Um, Granted, this is two ASICs, but these ASICs are the BM 1370s from the S21 XP, which, from my understanding, and I might be wrong, is a hydro model, which is interesting, and that's probably how they're getting the efficiency out of it. It's just a little bit better of a chip as far as the hydro models go. Um, so yeah, I decided why not try one of my modded factory heat sinks like this. It's got a decent fan on these little black fans are pretty much all the same as far as how the 10,000 RPM fans. You know what I mean? So let's get a baseline real quick. I've had it now. You're gonna ask me like, what the heck is this? So this is the bit track pod from Avoid I have this particular device on a rack. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know I have a rack system for the gammas, and this was the last one to fill up my green one. If you follow my X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, I've got a red one too that I just got from him that I've outfitted as well. Check that out on my X profile at sin underscore division, because someone had my name already or it was too long. But yeah, so I have the red one, and then this is the green and white one. But that's the pod. It's fully assembled. It's got the jetpack on the back with the fan, and it is running, and it works really good with this. It actually works really well with the heatsink placements that I did on this. So, anyways, I've got my Gamma Duo turned up. Uh, Currently, we are running at 2.09 terahash. I don't know if you can see that. Let's block it out and try to get a good zoom on that. And my room temperature in here, we're doing pretty good. So Solo Satoshi had reached out on a few of my posts and mentioned that this voltage regulator is actually the better one that reaches up to 140C. So I think we've got it in a nice spot. I know it may reach 140C, but anything after 80 concerns me regardless. So, I did my best to cool it down, and it's done really well so far with my really janky heatsink placements. But we're doing pretty good. We're 55.1 on the ASIC, and that's because I forced the fan to 55-degree threshold. And we're 61 on the voltage regulator, so we're not doing too bad. But what I want to do in my from my testing that I've done so far in theorying, um, placement of this particular heatsink with the fins up and down do a lot better job at cooling the ASIC or the voltage regulator heatsink up here. Now, there is some air coming out of here, but these fins are a lot denser on the Dark Horse heatsink. So I wanted to try one of these where they're thinner and they can dissipate heat a little bit better. Um, and I've proven that these do work really good once you take that off. So I mean, the thermal paste on this is probably maybe 2 weeks old. So we're going to go ahead and tear it down, and we're going to, I'll show you the board and show what it looks like. We're just going to leave it in the Void Bit pod. Well, I'll have to take it out because I have to get to the clips on the back. But let's go ahead and jump into it so we know where we're at. Like I said, 55 on the ASIC, and then 61 on the voltage regulator. So I'm going to unplug it. I've managed to get mine clocked up to 2 gigahash, and it's been running pretty stable there, a really low error rate. So that's good. So we got to take these plugs off, and some of these are tight here, and we'll pull this. This is the extension cable from Avoidbit as well. Kind of cool. So let's get it out of the pod. We can just pop this off like that. This thing is, guys, Avoidbit makes some awesome stuff. Really, you should check it out. So get that off there, and then we'll get a screwdriver real quick. If I can find my screwdriver, because I remember I misplaced it. So let me go over here real quick. There it is, my iFixit. I had it on my other desk. I have 3 desks in my basement here. So let's get this. So Avoidbit these pods include screws and everything you need to mount it. So it's kind of cool. Uses a real small screw, so be careful not to lose them. We'll get this off here. And then we'll get that new heatsink put on. And we'll see if that does anything. I really think it might. Now the Dark Horse is a solid heatsink. It is a very good upgrade option, but I've figured out with the aluminum heatsinks, with the heatsinks in general, the big ones, the ASIC ones, I should say, um, the larger the surface area, as far as like, or the thinner the surface area, the better it dissipates heat. So now I've never actually taken off a Dark Horse on. I've never even taken this apart yet. So like I said, it's still pretty new to me. So we're gonna go ahead, and it's just like the regular one, so that's good. It's easier to take apart. We'll just pinch it, and we gotta kind of turn it a little bit because it gets caught. But you just pinch them, and then you can pick them up. So I'm gonna bring it up to here so I can see it with my squints off. And these, just like I said, they're just those pinch style. I'm not really a big fan of these, but I've seemed to have had really good luck with the stock ones. So see if we can get this off here. Okay, there's one. And again, I try to do the cross pattern if I can. Okay. I'm also curious to look at the chips because, from my understanding, these are a little bit different. The S21 XP is a hydro model, so it'll be interesting to see how it works. Oh, I think they just popped. Okay, we're good. We didn't break nothing. Boy, that cracking sound didn't sound good though. I've already seen on the groups that somebody killed one of these by too much voltage, and I don't want to be that guy either. So, okay, so there we go. We're opened. Um, we need to make sure. From my understanding, it's supposed to fit. So, yeah, we'll see. Excuse me. Pretty cool. Two little chips on that gamma board. Isn't that wild? Super cool. Okay, so let's get some rubbing alcohol. We got on a pad here. And again, I just use these makeup pads. They work great. And we'll clean these chips off. A little bit of alcohol, and then nice and easy, guys. You don't have to get too crazy with that. Just kind of clean them off. When I Googled the BM1370 from uh, the S21, it said that it was a hydro model. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. You know, there's always a chance that I'm not right. Don't believe the YouTube guy. But chips are looking good. We'll just do a little bit more rubbing alcohol in there to clean that off. Yeah, I think we're doing good there. We'll just do that. Just make sure everything's off there, no little hairs left behind. And first and foremost, I need to make sure that the spread of this is the same, of these two heat sinks, and it looks like they're exactly the same. So that's good. That's good news. I don't. It would suck if it wasn't. I took it apart for no reason. Next, we're gonna put some thermal paste on. I'm gonna use the Arctic MX6. This stuff right here, good stuff. Pretty cheap. And we'll just put a dab on each one of these. It's kind of weird doing this to a gamma, putting more than what I normally would. This chip's still pretty warm, so I got to be careful with that. Again, you don't need too much, but I like to do that, about that much right there. That's probably good. Shouldn't need any more than that. You might notice some new additions to the desktop too. I got myself a soldering uh, air pull thing, like a keep me from inhaling solder, because I have done that. So let's line this up. This heatsink's a bit taller, and that's okay. So let's poke those through. Again, cross pattern here, here, and then work your way around. I'm really curious if this is going to help improve thermals a little bit more. Again, the idea is always, that's my heatsink placement. These do make a difference, by the way. So kind of cool. Um, yeah, I think that's really it. Let's put it back in the pod, and we'll get it set back together. And then we will, oh, we got it upside down. I was like, man, it's not fitting. There we go. So see the bar right here? needs to be down low because this sits on the rack and turns. You guys have seen my Avoid bit track racks before, so we're good there. No biggie. We know what they look like. So we're going to go ahead and do this and get the screws put on, at least for now. And if this doesn't work, then we'll have to revert it. But I have a feeling this will help a lot. Again, I've had really good luck doing this with just these factory cheap aluminum heat sinks have done wonders. I will give Solo Satoshi props where it's due. They don't anodize the bottom of their heatsink, and that is fantastic. Like I said, the Dark Horse is a solid heatsink. It's a good option, and they're pretty cheap. I think they're $4 or $5.99 on their website. You know, $5, $6. You know, if you're buying a power supply from them or something like that, now that's your chance to swoop in and grab one of those Dark Horses if you want a pretty decent heatsink. Like I said, they're really good. I'm not dissing their heatsink at all. I'm just curious if my cheap one will work. So we get our pod put back on here, and we'll snap it in like that, and then we'll run our cord over here. So this is just temporary setup until we get back on the rack, but it'll be a good way to test it out. So first and foremost, let's fire it up and check to make sure everything's okay. Fan's coming on. That's a good sign. I'll put the Dark Horse right there. Grab my other phone real quick, and I'll have it pulled up on here. We'll refresh the page. AxOS is loading up right now. We'll give it a second. Okay. Now my error rate, I've had a little trouble dialing the error rate, but I've been keeping it under 1.5%. So we've been okay there. And basically out of the box, what I'm watching for is a thermal runaway. You know what I mean? If you're watching your dashboard, and I don't use Hashwatcher for this, I use AxOS because I'm watching for that thermal runaway just in case. Okay, so we're good. It's not thermal runaway. I'm going to pause the video. We're going to give it 10-15 minutes just right here, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, so we're back. It's been about 15 minutes. Had to run and do something real quick. So, yeah, we've dropped the temperature on that ASIC. 52.9 degrees. That's where it's been at, about 53 degrees. So let's say we dropped it 2 degrees. Did it help? Sure. The Dark Horse does just as good, so it's not really too much of a difference, but yeah, that's the Dark Horse heatsink. It's kind of neat, pretty cool design. You can see there. Um, Man, them screws were cranked on tight, but that's probably good things. They don't fall apart. So decent fan, decent screws, decent heatsink. Nothing against the Dark Horse. But like I said, I wanted to try and see if just modding a little heatsink like this would make a difference. Well, technically it did. It made a 2 to 3 degree difference. So I'll take that as a win. Actually, it's dropped. It's 52.8 now. So that's a win in my book. I need to be careful with this because I have this on a 30-watt power supply and we're at 31 watts. So we're going to move it back to the room, and then I'll post an update right here, show you all the bit discs or all the mining room, and so you can guys see it. So hang tight. Let's get this put back in there, and then I'll show you guys the mining room. Okay, guys, here we are. This is the mining room. There's the red bit track from Avoid Bit. Just got that one. We've got the GT801 right here, the Zyber 8 right here. We've got 8 Bitaxe Gammas right here. The Duo is actually right here. I have power supplies on everything. Over here along the wall, I'll take you off the tripod in just a second to show you. We got bit disc and 8-Ts right there, and another 2 right there. That is a Nerd axe. We got the Lucky axe, or the Lucky Miner LV06. Don't buy those. Those are horrible pieces of trash. I'm just saying that right now. I experimented with it and it was garbage. I'll do a video about that one. Give you my take on it. The Zyber 8S, or I'm not the Zyber, the Bitaxe Hex 703, trucking away up there at almost 5 terahash. We have another Bitaxe Gamma in this case right here from Tiny Chip Hub. It's pretty awesome. And then right over here we have the most hated miner when it comes to the gammas and stuff. Like the company, you know them, NM Miner. Everybody hates them. I'll do a video about that too. So that's it. Let's do a quick overview of how I have things set up in here. So I'm gonna pull you off my tripod. So you might see that I have a power strip here and over there, and one over here. Now I have all these are connected to 3 different breakers, 20 amp breakers each, and then on the floor I have these 2 right here. These are manual reset GFCI connectors. Now the reason I did that was because I was in my mind, I had a power bump. Well, not in my mind, I did. I had a power bump. And because it blipped on and off, one of my gammas, the one in the Tiny Chip Hub case actually, I had to reflash it because it blipped on and off and screwed up something in the software. So I use those manual reset GFCI connectors. We used to use them in a shop I worked at when we were using a power tool. If the power lost it, it was a table saw. If the power lost, the saw wouldn't just come back on immediately because people could get hurt that way. So I decided to use those on my mining setup because I would rather come back and fix and reset all of my miners and turn them all back on versus it blipping on and off and on and off and on and off could create a potential issue. So those are 25 bucks a piece on Amazon. Good place to get them. Anyways, guys, that's it. It's working great. We've in here, it's dropped another 1.5 degrees, so that's fantastic. A cheap heatsink upgrade if you have an extra Gamma heatsink laying around. The tall boy with the thin fins. That seems to be the trick with heat sinks, is the thinner the fins on it, the better. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Appreciate you taking time. Peace out.